U.S. starts ex-gender passport marker, April 11th. Now, travel can be a stressful experience for anyone, and especially for transgender individuals. Having an appearance that doesn't fit the gender on your travel documents can create issues with traveling across borders, and also create safety issues. The U.S. State Department has stated that starting April 11th, residents of the United States can choose an X-gender marker on their passports. Queer News Tonight had reported when the first U.S. resident, intersex individual Dana Zzyym, won the right to have an X on their passport back in October. This is interesting because it can also work against, because if you put something on there and you're traveling to a country that does not recognize or accept the transgender community, the LGBT community, you're basically putting a what would you call a target right on your back of saying you can't go to that country. Now there is that part that says, well, then maybe you shouldn't be going to that country. But, you know, there is a part of you're actually making maybe even less safe for someone traveling by calling them out. And I know it's a self-choice to be called out, but as this security thing that kind of concerns me a little
because
bit.
Of transphobia and stuff, you could expose them.
So that's one side of it.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's a question.
What do you think?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't traveled much since my transition. And
yes, do you have a passport?
I do.
Okay.
It's very outdated though. I was about 6 maybe. So, you know, just...
So regardless, it would look like you.
It might be, yeah. My name isn't even the same anymore, so...
But do you want your passport to reflect...
I do want it to say male as it is, or as it should be.
Yeah.
And I think the idea of putting an X on a passport, it's a good idea, but the execution might be a little more difficult, because if you're traveling out to countries that aren't accepting of that, where it's like, it's literally illegal to be queer, that might not be the best bet.
Yeah.
Even going as close as Nassau in the Bahamas, you know, it's not welcoming.
You go to Haiti.
If you're
you can't go to Haiti if you're queer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But we do have countries opening up to this more and more. I mean, I forget, I know that we did a story on this, maybe it was last year even, but did the EU allow the X as well? There was either a European country or the EU that did it.
It's the right direction.
And I think Australia?
Maybe it was Australia.
Yeah.
Australia rules. Should states follow suit? I mean, it's nice that it's on international documents, but what about putting it on state driver's licenses?
Absolutely, yeah.
I think that's something that can definitely be implemented more, especially
or your tax forms.
I think it's a form of discrimination to have to make them pick between male and, like, those are the only options, you know? There should be another option.
What about intersex people?
Right. There should be a few options.
It gives them space now, which is what they
human.
I don't know.
But that's what it is. It's all or nothing. Like either you give an option to all the genders, or we don't even ask people what their gender is.
Yeah.
Why do we really need to know that at the end of the day? Maybe for
marketing,
recognition purposes. But yeah, we do that. Yeah, we do that for marketing, for things like that. But at the end of the day, maybe we don't even need to.
Yeah.
know.
I've heard stories of trans people traveling, and it's how, like, it is a very stressful experience, especially if you're not post-op. And I saw this video of a trans woman, Rose Montoya, I want to say. Apologize if I said that incorrectly. But it's just like she was going through the metal detectors, and they found something at her bottom. She didn't have bottom surgery yet. So they asked if they wanted to have her scanned as male, but then she did that and it went off in her chest.
Oh my God.
The whole thing is stressful. So, like, I understand them trying to do whatever they possibly can to make things easier, and I very much appreciate it. It's just like, let's maybe focus on a little smaller steps before we jump on an international and worldwide scale.
But it is a good thing for the federal government to be leading the way on this.
Yeah, definitely. It sends out a great message.
And it is a choice. So you can still, when you travel, mark it as male, because that's where you're comfortable, you know, and represent that way. But yeah.
LGBTQ+ news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. like this broadcast, and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ+